Now, let's be honest. There's a reason I'm doing this. And there's two. There's three. One, I don't want to give up the game. And I feel like just finishing the game and being dumped on the loading screen is going to be a lot easier than forcing myself to just exit. Which is what I'd have to do otherwise. Second reason, I think it'll be fun to just dog slap everyone at level 99. And third, I want to actually hear what Niall has to say and not be distracted by the radio. Because I was very distracted my first time through listening to the radio. With that said, I do also have some things I want to say about the radio that I have learned since the last time that I played through this. Weird, a loading screen. You don't get that often here. Oh, are we not gonna... it's just the boss. That's right. I forgot. It's literally just the boss. I'll fight him again, whatever. He's level 49 and... Oh, wait, is that because of our difficulty setting? I actually didn't even think about that. Wait a minute, hold on. I want to give up. Yeah, give up the battle. I didn't even consider that levels might be lower depending on your difficulty. Fighting against Alpha. Yeah, look, I've beaten him before, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not gonna happen again. You don't have to worry about that. Do I feel a little bit cheap having beaten all the big bosses on easy? No, I don't care. I don't care at all. I did it first, and it bothered me a lot, but now I don't care. Wait a minute, did I not actually save that? Wait a sec, hold on. There we go. Okay. Apply the save set. Yeah, there we go. No, he's the same level. Did we really come up here and fight him and he was level 49? I don't remember that being what happened, but you know what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to wake anyone else up. We're going to, like, slap him around all on our own. I definitely thought at level 99 this would be more of a steamroll and that I wouldn't be dead on the ground. I didn't anticipate that being how this would end. Well, you know what? We won't hear the radio again, which is a disappointment. Is there really no way to replay that? Is that really the only go at it we got? That's kind of dumb. I hate that. But, I mean, whatever at the end of the day, I suppose. But, kind of dumb. Then again, this isn't the kind of game where you can just replay... Well, no, you can literally replay cutscenes in the event theater. So I take that back. That's entirely false. You can absolutely do that, and I could go do that anytime I wanted to. In fact, I played the end credits of this twice to capture it for a different video. So, I don't... Disregard everything I'm saying. I'm just full of beans today. Full of beans! I'm gonna miss some of these dialogues. I really am. You know what? Let's finish this playing as Matthew. It's his story, after all. It only feels right. We'll let him deliver the final blow. And I'm gonna rewatch the last cutscene. Because it's good.
Careful! Crap! Now he's trying to suck Matthew in too.
He's found it. The trace of turmoil. That's still within him.
Discard the past. Let it all go, Matthew.
I won't!
What harm did your kind do? You have done nothing wrong. You simply strode forth towards the future. But the olden humans, they did not find value in it. You must have realized this is not where you belong.
Stop!
Why make a martyr of yourself? Why be a stepping stone? For as long as the old is not excised, mankind has no future.
The old? You say?
It's in your hands, Matthew.
Can't be kidding me. I'm nowhere near done yet. I'm not dying with so much left undone. I'm not done!
A lot of this went past me the first time, like flew right over my head what's about to happen here. in regards to core crystal nonsense. It suddenly makes a lot of sense that the Sword of the End is a bit purplish.
Niall!
Sort of implies a bit of a Malos core crystal. We can, because we know Malos didn't die. You can hear him talking at the end of 2 spoilers. Crystal might have been shattered, but presumably it came back or whatever. And then somehow,
Don't mistake me.
Numa's core
I am
crystal.
one who lives in the now.
Matthew
My blade
has
no
it.
regrets.
I thought you'd say that. And that's why I can't afford to just take off. Hey,
Matthew.
hey. You okay?
And then, of course, Logos' core crystal is just everywhere.
Let's get together.
Everyone has it.
Our true future.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
not.
you should be. It's not nothing. She destroyed the whole city.
I've got a crap load of stuff I want to say to you.
Tens of thousands of people died.
But right this instant, I'm glad we're both fighting on the same side.
Your grandfather died. Technically because of
Am I right?
Niall. She got them thighs,
There
though.
you go.
So I think we let her
Mr.
have it.
Officer, you want to go so badly? Then pick up and go. This world, it belongs to us.
Regrettable, Matthew. I'd hoped that we could celebrate the day of departure together. But very well. It seems that I must forsake you. The olden ones, olden life, your olden notions.
Man, they know how to make an epic boss fight. The amount of times you just end up in space in these games. Actually, yeah, spoilers for the Xenoblade Chronicles games, you always end up in space, with the one exception of X, which ends on a planet. And, you know, in outer space, I guess one might argue, but in some way, in some sense, you're always in space at the end of these things. Usually fighting some approximation of a lesser god. This is why men make poor gods. AI make worse gods. It's a big old Monado. Reasonably, we should not stand a chance. There's no way we defeat this thing. But it's an anime. And I'm gonna be Rex again. The music right now is incredible. The environment is nuts. Look at that halo ring back there. Actually, what is going on back there? What is up with these rings? And how many of them are there? Right ahead of us, there's 1, 2, 3. There's one right there, so there's 4. There might be one ahead of us, so that's 5. What do the rings represent? Is he about to fire the halo? What is this? I would love to explore whatever's going on in this space and really get down to the bottom of it. You know what it is he's about to go trans-dimensional. He's about to become the conduit and travel back in time to an alternate Earth where he's going to be discovered buried in... No, wait, that's this Earth. They found the conduit in this Earth. Right. There's no conduit in X. It's just Elma. He's about to go through time and space and become a blue alien lady and try to save Earth from aliens. I really want that to connect. I made a video titled "We Need to Let Go of Xenoblade Chronicles X." My point of the video being that we need to stop hoping that it's going to connect up to these 3 games in any way. I will admit the title is not very clear on that front, and seems to imply that I mean we need to let go of X entirely, which I don't think, because I think X is a phenomenal game. Hey, I can show you what I mean now about my broken chain attacks. I can finally show you. So most of these guys, not all of them, but most of them, for example, Increased damage ratio by 100 percentage points and grants critical rate up to all allies. See how fun that is. But we're actually going to go with Rex because we want to use his finisher. And then, so we start off with Matthew. We always start off with Matthew because when Matthew's done, he gets 1.5 added to the damage multiplier, right? And then we can go to either of the healers. It doesn't matter which one you go to first. They'll do whatever their little move is. Real cute and fun, okay? Then we do the two of them. And now normally you'd think 99, you're going to want to go to a defender to kind of get this up. Oh, no, no, no. We're going to go to Rex. Trust me on this one, okay? My boy here, he's not going to actually put us over. Look at that. It's a heroic chain. So we keep going. We go to Niall. Watch this lunacy. Look at what we're doing here. This is also not going to put us over. Boom, 187%. And then look at this. Revives all characters except self. After we're done with this attack, everyone comes back except for Shulk. And we'll have a crazy damage multiplier. 405% right now. Normally it's higher than that. Maybe it'll go higher as he does his attacks here. It won't. But still, you can do... the most damage we've done is 9 million, which is still insane to me. But we're going to now choose... you. And we're going to hope we get Shulk... oh, that was a poor choice. Because if we don't get Shulk next time... then our goose is cooked. We could have at least had Noah as a backup. I've made a horrible mistake. I don't know how to recover from it. I've embarrassed myself in front of all of you. I look like a fool now. A silly, silly fool. But what I have done, though, is I've demonstrated how I've completely broken the game in its chain attacks and how we're doing crazy damage now. You've not seen anything yet. We're not done yet, okay? You've got to stick it out. You see how much damage we just did by just doing a double spinning edge? And then watch this. We're going to hit him with one of these. That doesn't deal as much damage. The double spinning edge, or triple spinning edge, whatever we're up to at this point, is a little bit OP. Our boy here's going to step in now. He can't bring everyone back, but he's going to do quite a bit of damage, and we're going to get at least 3 folks back. We're already at 1,000% damage multiplier. And unfortunately, if we don't get Shulk... oh! That's unfortunate. Well, that means we're not going to get the crazy, ultimate, extreme damage right at the end, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm not actually all that bothered. And we'll still do enough damage here to probably actually defeat Alpha in the chain attack, and it won't be 9 million damage, but it'll still be crazy big damage. And yeah, there you go. Alpha's been defeated. And we could probably end the attack now, but yeah, there you go. 4 million, it's not too shabs.
He's still standing? After all this? Cheers to
He's got a big baby face.
His gifts just keep on giving!
I love those just blatant references to previous games. And then you get that. Yeah, direct mention to Klaus and his gift, and then if only those two were here.
Matthew.
Well, guess what? They are.
Raise up your fists.
What?
Literally, they are here. Numa and Logos, or Numa and,
Transfer it to your fists of the
well, whatever Malos is. Which one is Malos? Is also here.
That light.
Logos, Ontos.
No way!
Wait,
Drive it in!
no.
Release the power of Ouroboros!
Malos is Logos. Wait, which one's Ontos?
Shut the hell up already!
Is Alpha on? Alvis is Ontos? I might have said it wrong then. Yeah. So, for some reason inside the gauntlet is Numa's core crystal, and inside of Lucky 7 is one of the other ones. I'm confusing which one is Logos and which one is Ontos. I think Ontos is the red one. Right? I'm not looking it up. I refuse. Categorically, I refuse to investigate this. Comment down below and let me know. Ontos, I think it's Ontos. I think I've done this before. Logos is definitely Malos. Logos, Malos. They sound the same. Just like Numa sounds like Pyra and Mithra. And then Ontos sounds like Alvos, which is like Alvis, which is like... It all makes sense, alright? It all makes sense.
Matthew, your actions have made the future uncertain. Have you no regrets? Given a choice of this magnitude, surely there is doubt.
Oh, believe me, got him in spades. That's why we move forward. Always ahead. See ya. Alpha.
And then we just kind of leave and forfeit control of Origin over to these losers, which is odd. Like, let's strike him down now. And then let's build up our defenses and make sure we maintain control of Origin. How about that? Have we ever considered that? No, we just leave.
Right we are. Just one last thing then.
Yeah. You got it.
Hey.
They're giving themselves up to stop the firing of the Halo rings.
Alpha was, and I am, an avatar. The spirit of your world.
The
Just
last
like Alpha
Airbender?
needed all of you. You and your world. You need me.
An avatar? What?
It's no more. So someone else has to pick up the slack.
The annihilation events, they'll keep happening whether you like it or not. The world needs a bit of propping up.
Until the time comes. Yes.
Hold up a minute.
Hold up a
Who's
minute.
someone? And for how long?
Well, you work that part out.
Don't do this! You don't have to sacrifice yourselves!
It's not like that. We're helping.
And that's different how exactly?
Fundamentally. Glimmer. As long as you lot do your part to change this world, it'll all go back to normal.
And if we don't manage, then what? My lifetime. It's barely a blip.
If you don't, pass it on.
Huh?
Let someone else carry on your dream. That's how we've always rolled. Us lot.
It's not much, but we can offer you a gift. We can imbue you with our life, keep the wheels turning. That way, you'll be able to live out the rest of your lives. Enough time to do what you must.
No, but...
Oh, hey, don't get us wrong now. We're just taking a breather. It's all right. We'll meet again. Trust me.
They will. But they won't really have any memory of any
Teacher.
of this.
Boss.
I don't think.
This is
Probably
against
for the
the
best.
rules. You know this.
What rules?
Don't
Who
be
makes
a
these
spoil
rules?
sport now. If it was them, I don't think they'd even bat an eyelid at helping.
Admittedly. Well, I suppose you have earned it. Very well then. I didn't see or hear anything.
Who are you gonna tell?
Thanks a lot.
God? They walk through the portal and Jesus is just standing on the other side.
Then, it's all up to you now. With us taking the role of the Avatar, Zed may well seize upon it to gain power. What we did, and all that concerns Origin, will become but a dim memory. Nevertheless, our intentions will live on, and one day coalesce again Be it tomorrow, or in 1,000 years. Surely, the time will eventually come.
Somehow I just now realized that Linka
I can see it.
and Panacea are wearing
day.
the exact same outfit, but with slightly different colors. I just now realized that. 41 hours I've been playing this, and it just occurred to me.
Our future is in your hands.
We'll be waiting at the far edge of time.
Look, it's the same outfit. Looks great on him. They're the sleeper hits. Everyone went into this like, oh, I know who my bae is. I'm all about that glamour, I'm all about that Niall. But Linka and Panacea? A little bit of pizza, some coffee. Jello? Making of a
You
good
actually
Friday
did see it
night.
coming, didn't you? All the time.
Right? And all that will.
The only thing I see is what the flow encompasses. But your hope lives on. That much is certain.
If you've never played 2 and then Torna is a prequel, much like this. And it ends with the shot from 2 at the beginning of the game, towards the beginning of the game. And I kind of wish this game did a similar thing, but certainly doesn't need to. Man, I wonder how they're gonna escape from Colony 9. They never got those armories fixed, did they? Oh yeah, they did! That's right, we helped them get those fixed, didn't we? We made that happen. Good thing Berber got out when he did. Hey, why does the water never run out? I get that it's a moment frozen in time, but the water's very clearly running over the edge. How does it get back up to the top? Or is there some sort of like water source block? Is this Minecraft where the edges of the map just, or I guess the center of the donut has water source blocks that just infinitely stream over the edges?
Wanna get back to it then?
I highly doubt you have the strength left.
Same goes for you.
Mobius will never change. In any way. Forever transfixed. They will guard the endless now to the last.
Including you.
Naturally.
Well then, we'll be busy.
What if you cannot make it happen? Your lives are pitifully short.
We went over this. You got wax in your ears. If I can't, someone else will, down the line. Who knows? Maybe it'll even be you.
It's odd foreshadowing there, Matthew. No good, there's more kids. I'm watching now. Do they find their parents? I just see them playing with other kids. They never found their parents or dead.
Did Riku not say? Should not use so much noise bite.
What? You said to throw in a bunch of them. You told me.
Riku did not. Nickel must have poor hearing.
Future redeemed, dead.
It's the spark. You still going at it?
What do you mean still? It has to be done. We're powering up the Ouroboros stone. Just about done with it now. We've accumulated all this data. Now if we could only encode it in the operative photon wave frequency.
If you get it to work, we'll be able to deploy that power whenever we feel like it, right?
Don't really see any here.
I'll admit the photons have limited capacity.
Guess no one else is talking about
so
this.
we
It's
won't
just
be
me
able to
that
empower
cares.
quite that many people all in one go.
Oh, more importantly, you don't want to be late. The send-off?
Oh, that's right. I better get moving.
It's the first time I ever noticed that she does have a little bit of her mom's jiggle physics. Right there when she pointed and said the send-off.
Take care, alright? You sure you're gonna be fine alone?
Oh, yeah. It'll be a relief, if anything.
Well, someone's full of himself.
Matthew, thank you for everything.
Ah, and thanks right back at you. Also, while I'm gone, keep an eye on the city, eh? Nael, Nickel, Glimmer, Panacea, Linka. Oh, and you, Riku.
Why, Riku lost.
Once I found us some friends, I'll come home again.
Get back safe.
Sure. Alrighty. Time to start rebuilding the world. Matthew Van Damme is out of here!
Gosh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. God, so good! On the song. This is, I can't believe they do this. With all the shots from the 3 games. Little boy Shulk, Rhine, and Melia. Yeah, I forgot the no pun's name. Ricky. Hello, pun Ricky! Fiora. Dunban was earlier. Saw him. All these people I forgot. Charlotte. Charlotte and Rhine are obviously Panacea. No, not Panacea. What's her name? Linka? Which Panacea? Which one is which? Panacea, I think, is yeah, their daughter. Panacea. Oh, get out of here, you goober! What do you mean? I'm clicking the buttons as hard as I can. Unreal. The reason I'm confused is because Panacea sounds more like what you would expect Zeke and Pandoria to name their daughter, not Linka. Unless she's like a Linka between humans and blades. Oh, I completely missed all of the 2 scenes! That's my favorite game! Yeah, anyway, I don't know why I was even mentioning that. Charla is like a character that I routinely forget exists. She is just not in my mind at all. I don't know why. She's like the 3rd party member you get in the first game. And she has like a pretty important plot. She's kind of the least important character, if we're honest. She's not Queen Melia, is she? Well, Melia's not Queen Melia yet. But you know what I mean, you got like Shulk. You got the love interest in Fiora. You got the best friend in Rhine. You got the broken-hearted princess forever alone in the form of Melia. Dunban is going to be the Immal. And also he's the cool sword fighter man. Oh, and then also Ricky, who's the best character in the game. Hello, upon Ricky! And his 15 children. Apparently Ricky is Riku's father. Insane. Yeah, I wanted to wait for this again. Just Jupiter churning away. I like that they actually animated the storms. They didn't have to go into that much detail, because those storms are slow. If they would just been still, we wouldn't have bothered. So what I think is happening here, and I made a video about this on my other channel, it appears, I kind of did. The 2 worlds are being recreated, right, from Origin. You can sync these up, by the way, with the ending of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and it syncs up perfectly. That is a video on the Howdy Folks gaming channel. So the 2 worlds are created because they're both made from Origin. They're made from no longer opposing matter, but from the same type of matter. So they're no longer going to like blow each other up if they come into contact. So as they split, some sort of magic happens that hopefully we find out about in Xenoblade 4, or they just don't answer the questions. And they reform as one single world. And then Cosmos falls out of the sky. Or something like that. I am familiar somewhat with the Xenoblade Saga lore, or the Xeno Saga lore, and how Earth went just missing at some point in that timeline for a long time. And it makes sense if the events, after everyone left Earth, if Earth got collapsed into 2 pocket dimensions and was no longer there, even if you went back to the coordinates of where Earth was, you saw it, it was not really in the same space. It was orbiting the sun, Jupiter was there, but it was like in a pocket dimension right there. So if you flew past that area, you just, Earth is, we don't know where Earth is. It's not here. We thought it's not here. Who knows where Earth is? So that's fun. But then, obviously, at the end, it reforms as the 2 pocket dimensions now made of the same type of matter, recombine, and apparently that's Cosmos falling towards original Jerusalem or Old Jerusalem or whatever they call it. I've been talking about to the channel members how I've got too much going on right now. I have too many series running concurrently, and I have to finish something. Feel a little bit empty inside. This too will pass. And now we can finally get back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Actually, there's something I want to do first. I remember what I was doing when I finished playing 3 and moved over to Future Redeemed. I had just finished a quest, which I have now learned... Oh my gosh, my family! Oh, I've now learned that I didn't actually record the second half of it. I know I keep making these mistakes, but this was months ago, so give me a break. But I went ahead and did... I'm sorry, wait. Oh, it's an area map here. That's right. That's why I never used that shortcut. Because it doesn't actually give you the whole regional map for some frustrating reason. I'm going to go back to the city, though. I did someone's Ascension quest, okay? So I actually did Monica's and didn't record it. So I think what we'll end up doing is I'll play the footage all the way up to where I accidentally paused and never unpaused the recording session. And then we'll just watch the cutscenes together, and I'll commentate because I don't remember what happens. So it's been months ago at this point. But this is going to be a tease for when we get back. Look, everyone! We have identities and names for all of these folks now. It's crazy how the first time I went in here, I was like, okay, so that's like Little Boy Shulk. It's like Dunban. I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to look up. I don't know who that is. But now we know who all these people are. Nicole. Let's actually read about them. This could be fun now that we've played. So House Ortiz. So I guess he picked the name Nicole Ortiz. Memory of the founder, House Ortiz. A Kavesi soldier, this founder was released from the Flame Clock system by the other founders, and henceforth spent every last ounce of his energy for the cause, to liberate the city as one of the first Ouroboros. With surprising skill in mechanical engineering, the founder fought not with a blade, but with a weapon of his own fabrication. He was also responsible for laying the foundation of all the mechanical systems supporting the city to this day. Following the fight against Mobius, he poured the remainder of his days into rebuilding the city before finally perishing at the age of 80 years. Though how he attained this feat, despite his origins as a Kavesi soldier, remains unexplained. It's beautiful. We now know who that is. We now have context for that. We've got right over here, we got House Rhodes. So Glimmer Rhodes, a soldier of Agnes, this founder's fight to the death against the founder of Ortiz. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's how the game starts. Was interrupted by a chance meeting with other founders. The whole story! The whole story of the DLC, from the moment this game hit shelves a year ago, was in this little room. If you just walked into this little room and you read, you knew exactly what was gonna happen. That Nicole over there and Glimmer here were gonna get interrupted during a fight to the death. Freed from the bondage of her Flame Clock, she joined the fight against Mobius. Although a soldier, the founder is reported to have been exceedingly gentle and kind at heart. I don't know about that. Additionally, her skills in healing arts greatly contributed to the development of medical science in the city in later ages. And irrespective of starting life as an Agnian soldier, she is said to have surpassed 80 years old, so she lived longer than Nicole. Although Nicole was younger, so she would have been older than 80 when he turned 80. So they might have died at the same time, I don't know. Though the way she achieved that remains shrouded in mystery. Yeah, I don't even know. Rex and Shulk just started glowing. And of course, I mean, you look at that. Clearly, it's like little Pyra. You know what I mean? And then we have... yeah... House Van Dam. In memory of the founder of House Van Dam, the city's restorer and liberator. The original incarnation of the city was once laid ruin by Mobius Inn's hand. The founder realized fully the power of Ouroboros hereafter. Oh yeah! Herefore too limited and fought against Inn, ousting him. That's right! We did that! We did that! We unlocked the power of Ouroboros and we all came together into a big entity and it was very fun. Once victorious, he gathered the old city's people scattered to the winds and reestablished the city. He did! He left at the end of the game and said, Matthew Van Dam out! And off he went and he reestablished the city. With the city restored, he left its government in the hands of the founders of Doyle and departed on a lonely expedition. Oh. No records exist of his fate thereafter. Wait a minute. That is not the end of Future Redeemed. It says that after he restored the city, he went on a lonely voyage. So that must be a separate event. Because it says he went out and he gathered up all the city's people. You could say that's what we did during Future Redeemed. But then, hold on, we're going to restart it. We're going to be very critical of this, okay? Once victorious, he gathered the old city's people, scattered to the winds, and reestablished the city. I guess you could say that's what he did when he was bringing together the people and the liberators. With the city restored, he left its government in the hands of Founder Doyle and departed on a lonely expedition. That does not sound like what happened at the end of Future Redeemed. Sure, he went off on a lonely expedition, but like this sounds like a different thing. Like, city restored and left its government in the hands of Founder Doyle. That's not what's... And plus, we know that Matthew has descendants, right? And he has no kids at the end of Future Redeemed. So he must have gone around, found people, brought them back, had a kid, and then left again? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. No records exist of his fate thereafter. Heirs of Van Dam lineage only returned to the city several centuries later. Oh! So I guess he left. This raises a ton of questions. So maybe that is the end of Future Redeemed, although the city wasn't restored and there wasn't really a government, but whatever. So he left, but found like a wife, had some kids, and then they returned later. But where did he find these people from? Who would he have fallen in love with outside of the city? No one went with them. It was a lovely journey. Or lonely journey. Or tradition has it that the founder was master of the classical art of fist fighting. He was. And the scions of House Van Dam carry on the custom to this day. Who did he do the doodly-doo with, then? In order to be in a position where I am just... Hello? This is not good. My capture PC's monitor just like shut down and rebooted several times. The power supply's getting warm. We are using a temporary system, but whatever. I've spent too much time reading that. House Doyle! Niall Doyle, in memory of the founder of House Doyle and the city's liberatrix. Directly descended from those who established the first original city, her whereabouts were lost after Inn's ravaging of the city of old. Yeah, they were. But upon encountering the other founders, she committed herself fully to the fight. It's not precisely what happened, but sure. This founder is said to have a familial relation to the founder of Van Dam, with scant extant records suggesting they were likely brother and sister. They definitely were, and boy, those thighs, though. She fought alongside the founder of Van Dam then, who was the elder of the two, and brought the power of Ouroboros to completion. That happened, yes. Said to have been bright and wise, this founder laid the cornerstone for much of the city's governance and legal system. After her brother apparently disappeared, we don't know the details. And then, of course, we know that this is not Shulk and Rex. We know that this one here is House Reed, So this is going to be Shulk, so Panacea. In memory of the founder, House Reed, and the city's liberatrix, rather than the founder herself, this statue depicts the founder's mentor figure, standing as a sign of the deep reverence and devotion she felt for her teacher. The founder's master was unconnected to her by bonds of blood, yet he raised her as would befit a child of his own, it is said. That's right, because it was Charla and Reigns, a child, and those were his best friends, and he loved her, and it was beautiful. Though of a calm and constant disposition, the sight of him on the battlefield, great red sword in hand, struck fear into many a Mobius. And though the vicious struggle against Mobius cost the ferocious warrior his right arm, the loss did nothing to... That's not actually what happened. Didn't he lost his arm fighting Alpha. Okay. Well, I guess, you know, it's been 1,000 years or so you can't expect him to have all the details right. The loss did nothing to diminish his desire to hone his martial skills each day, standing as vivid testament to his indomitable will. Not really... I'm real worried about this monitor flickering on and off. It's very concerning. I don't like it. It's turned off completely now. I feel like this is a bad sign, because I don't know if it's still recording. What if it crashed and I've lost literally all of that footage? Then what do? I'll just be sad. Yeah, it didn't really say much about... Maybe they hadn't really figured out much about Panacea and Linka's character here, because this one is... Much like the founder of Reed, this statue too depicts the founder's respected mentor rather than the founder herself. So this is Linka's. The mentor boasted a robust physique, wielding 2 great swords at once with the utmost ease, and facing down Mobius despite the loss of one eye. He lived his life an unsophisticated sort, broad-minded but impassioned, and is said to have aided the founders in the fight against Mobius physically and spiritually. He was further reported to have been a free spirit whose qualities influenced the other founders, still young and impressible when the city was restored. Indelible proof of this rebellious spirit can be seen time and again in the ethos of the house in generations to come. And then we all know who this one is, don't we? The Ouroboros stone cage. The object on display upon this plinth is the very first original Ouroboros stone cage. It is important to note that initial designs for the monument are said to have included a statue of the 7th founder in its place. Next to no information remains about the 7th founder's identity, and it is possible that this is not due to a simple loss of records. Rather, historians speculate that this is the result of a conscious decision by the 7th founder. It's Riku. Riku is the 7th founder of the city. Crazy little Nopon loon. I forgot how much I missed you, Senna. You're just nice to look at. It's good to be back. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been here in the base game. Time to continue.